long.
Come on, you got to do that.
So the first, it all started with Oscar and I were on this website, on the road in Mexico.
Oh, thanks to you.
Right, thanks to you. And so we saw that they were having trouble outside Colombia. So we were watching that, and it looked like that got resolved, but we weren't sure. And so we were in Laredo. Oscar felt comfortable with the Laredo route. He'd done it plenty of times.
And the river.
We had gone the day before and got all our paperwork and everything. We walked across. Everything was cool. Anyways, what was it, 9 in the morning?
So 9 in the morning, as soon as we crossed, Ron got the green light. Bryce and I got the
red light.
As soon as we get out, so then Ron was waiting for us on the OXXO. Once I passed them and they got ready to go, there was one guy
who came up to our windows.
And he wanted like jumper cable something because he has the hood up.
Right.
And he was saying something like, go to this street. And I said, I'm not going to that street. I'm not going to. So I just kind of like pushed him and just went through.
Yeah.
And then Bryce did the same. And
then he came up to my window, and right about he came up to my window, I was rolling my window up. And right about he got me, his buddies called, come on. And he turned back and he ran back to his truck. So I went on through. So we go on and we get on the main road, to the river road that goes around.
Yeah.
And we get up to the first light, and we get through that light, and these guys come blowing by us, right? In this white Chrysler.
It was a
cruiser.
Chevy Cobalt.
It was a cruiser.
yeah.
No plates. And driving here
No
all over the
plates.
place. They go in front of us, they come back behind us, they raced up ahead, and then they turned off.
And the car had
we
body
went by,
damage.
and they came out of a road and came back behind us. And anyway, so we go on up a little further, and they come and they zoom by us. And the whole time we're talking on the radio, these guys are driving crazy, something's going on here. So everybody's aware of it, it's not like we're unaware. But we get to a narrow place, a place where there's concrete on both sides. It's a narrow place, like where there's an overpass. So there's not like, anywhere to go.
Shoulders.
And they stop in the road.
Well,
And
there was another.
it was 2 cars. There was another car. There was a Jeep Cherokee involved too that was with them. And they stopped in the road where you really can't pass them.
It was hard to tell that the Jeep was
And then-
involved at first, and then it was like, oh, they're now driving erratically.
And then so 4 guys get out of the car and start advancing. And Oscar stopped maybe 20 meters away from him or so. So he wasn't like right next to him or anything.
So my reaction was like, I did like this. Like, what's going on? So I was like, what do I do? Do I turn around? So anyway, the car on the left, on my left, started backing out with one of the doors open.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy was walking this way, so they leave a little gap between the 2 cars. And I said, we talk about it.
We already talked about it ahead of time. If there's
so
no guns, we were
I
going.
just rammed my
Rammed.
truck against the
As you can see, he rammed his. And the other side is
and
the worst.
I was visualizing my truck is just in pieces, but it kept driving. So I just kept on going. The first thing that happened, my right mirror is shut down, and I yell like, open the damn thing. So, okay, open it.
So their
And then-
back is open
and then
now
I
because
just-
the impact kind of opened the back of
On my rear, I was just making sure that they went through. If I got through and I was like, it's still driving, I'll just keep going.
Keep going. So Bryce and I ended up. Oscar went between the vehicles, and then he kind of pushed them apart a little bit and blew the tire off of the his on the other side his step.
Oh, I thought you meant
Really,
their
but it
vehicle.
ripped. It caught their front tire and ripped the whole tire off the rim.
And the door.
And the door probably too. And so that car was disabled. But he pushed the Jeep kind of, he hit it, knocked some pieces off of the Jeep. So the Jeep had kind of turned a little bit to the right, and then Bryce and I went around to the right. We could get down through there was like a little concrete embankment, and we kind of drove down in it and went around this Jeep. And he acted like he was going to try to cut us off, and I shot the gas to it and hit, whoa, and he stopped.
It was totally the engine.
And, I mean, I just floored it, And I said, well, if he's going to cut me off, we're going through.
We're going together.
But anyway, so he stops and he doesn't keep going. So we go on up and we go through several lights and we go all the way up to 85. We make a left and we go up. We stop at an OSO and just check out. This is the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. We had to stop on the side of the road before that and close his gate. So Kate ran out, and tried to close the gate.
So
and these
I
guys
will say, you guys radioed to say
Right.
the back's open,
Right.
and so I was
like,
like,
oh, the big black guy? Like caving gear?
Okay. And so I jump out to run out, and I was so grateful because Kara also jumped out of her truck, and so we're both in the middle of the road.
We had to push all the
Looking
bags
over our
up and try to get it
shoulders.
to close.
But they came screaming around their truck, just like slamming, like couldn't.
It was scary.
It was badass.
So we get it all closed, and we go on up in there, and we take a left, and nobody's, as far as we can tell, no one's following us.
Yeah.
I'm in the back, you know, and Oscar's in front, and Bryce is in the middle. And as far as I can tell, no one's following us. And we get up and we stop at the Osho, and we all get out. We spend a couple of minutes there looking at
we were trying
things.
to assess what happened, whether we could keep going or not.
Yeah,
I mean, I was concerned for my truck.
Right. And the Osho has it was like a building in front, so we kind of turned in, so we were kind of blind from the road. So I think they went by us eventually. They went by the Osho,
Looking for us, yeah.
Didn't see us over there.
Yeah.
Went on up, and then they must have gone way up, and then made it. They turned around before they got to the cops, the federales, which were near the quota entrance. And then but in the meantime, we had come out back on the road, and they saw us, and so they came back around behind us. But they were with they had a different white car with them now, a newer, smaller Toyota Celica kind of thing. And so the white car comes zipping up and starts trying to get these guys. They kind of open their door and they're kind of trying to get these guys to pull over.
How I found out that I was trying to get pulled over, there is a big semi in front of me.
Yes, there's a semi.
Which I was trying to pass, but then I saw a guy coming really fast, so I was trying to be aware that all of us be together.
Yeah.
So then I was gonna pass him, but the guy was coming really fast, and then I kind of held up, and the guy came and he didn't pass. He stayed right there between the semi and I. And as soon as it was a split, I mean, I didn't plan this, but I say, okay, so I break out, went around the semi, and I ram it. And as soon as I ram it, I saw a Federal right there. And
I could see the flashing lights.
I saw my eyes wasn't the Federal, and I went like.
So in the meantime, so Bryce does the same. Did you follow Oscar on the right?
I just went.
You went around the semi to the right.
That was it.
So in the meantime, I'm coming up to the semi, and these guys are on the white car. I'm like trying to pay attention to the white car, and I feel my truck go kabloom. And I look over, and that Jeep Cherokee had come up beside me and sideswiped me.
And
they're
trying to run me off the road.
Like,
And then,
keeping up with us.
And then, so, you know, my truck just went kind of blue. I go, what the hell? I mean, it's just Jeep Cherokee and like a great big truck, loaded truck, you know. And he ended up denting my driver's side door a little bit. But anyways, so I hit the brakes. So he goes in front of me, and there's a semi, and there's a Y. There's a big loop around, or we can keep on the quota to go to the quota. And so he's like behind the semi, and I'm weaving back and forth so that I'm like indecisive, right? And he doesn't know where I'm going. He's trying to keep me cut off. And he goes right, and I go right, and then I feint left, and I punch it. And I go up on this, like, I don't know, how high was this embankment, you know, from like...
It was like 7 or 8 feet, and it was like...
We went over it, and
it was a high... I drive up on... I'm 70. I'm going... Whoa, I'm in... Half my vehicle's in oncoming lane traffic. Half my vehicle's on this embankment. Whoa, and we're passing those guys. And anyway, there's a bridge, like, median coming up. I had to make a decision, so down we go. And by that time... And then there's the white car trying, slow down, slow down. I'm heading for.
So by then, I had already federal. I have liked the federal because this is what we learned. Every hour there is a federal that it kind of like makes it like a caravan.
They make a caravan.
Every
$20 a car.
So we were right behind.
So I went and flight the federal. I said, "Hey, we're robbing out the crashes. You know, help us out." I said, "Whoa, it's okay." And then I saw Ron. We were the three of us together. And then he said, "Okay, so let me just escort you out of town."
It was about 2 kilometers to the quota.
Yeah, which he was like right there. I said, okay, well, let's go. So the guys decided to turn around and left.
They didn't come.
Because after the second time, Ron's on the radio like, so you guys think this is going to be a problem or what?
Yeah. This is going to be a problem. He's like, well, duh.
Let's just turn around now.
I mean, if these guys keep trying it over and over again, I mean, the fact that they did it a second time, that was pretty ballsy.
That's because you pissed them off.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damage your vehicle.
I mean,
You see,
And that Jeep already, from when Oscar hit him, he had like shit hanging off of it, flapping in the wind.
Resist.
Let me tell you what you do. They sideswipe you, you hit the brakes, they go ahead of you, Clipped
Oh,
her
I would have
in
done
and
it.
spun
I had all that. I had all that looked around. Here's the deal. There was this 8